Bonjour, and thanks for joining us in another edition of the panel of our Euro 2024 coverage here on Gambling.com. I'm Alan McInally, your host for all the coverage throughout the tournament here on the panel as we get down to the last 8 teams. I'll throw it in now. How did England get to the last 8? Oh my God. But it's not about England we're talking, not really. It's all about things to do with the quarterfinals, but we're also having a special focus on Le Bleu with France. And you might have noticed already, he's on the screen. That's because I have the pleasure of being joined by, and he won it back to back, which kills me, the Euros and the World Cup. Emmanuel Petit, bonjour, ça va?
Bonjour, how are you?
I'm okay. Well, listen, before we get in, I'll just ask you one quick question. 1-0 against Belgium? Really? I mean, talking about England falling over the line, are France doing the same?
I know. We have the same discussions here in France. The same that people have been talking, in England about Southgate and the way England's playing as well. So we have exactly the same problem. But at the end, you won the game. So we tried, I think, 20 shots in that game, and we hit only twice the target. So for the moment, we haven't scored yet a goal, in the playing. So it's always deflected goals or free kicks, things like this, or penalty. Yeah. So we need to improve a lot here. It's been a huge comments here.
Right. Well, we're going to get into it pretty deep in a minute. We wouldn't be here, of course, without our sponsors on here on the panel on Gambling.com. It is, of course, with Winsane.com and Bitomo.com, our odds and betting panels for the Euros. All the details you need to get involved with them throughout the tournament are on screen. Check them out for our latest match odds and specials and more as we go through the summer in our 2024 Euro coverage here on Gambling.com. And we'll get to some of those prices later on. Are you a wee bit... I mean, I'm disappointed, Emmanuel, because I'm sitting down on petit pastis, a little pastis, ready to watch the game. And I'm like, come on. Because I'm thinking as a player, I'm thinking, right, let's here we go, guys, here we go. And I'm watching thinking, Emmanuel Petit must be thinking, come on, guys.
I'm just surprised that you are still waiting something different from the French national team, because has been always playing like that. His priority is not to concede a goal before scoring goals. So he wants to bring success from his defense. So at the moment it's working, but we need our strikers to improve and to be more clinical, in front of the goal, because the level will be higher, step by step. So we need to be more efficient up front. So, but don't expect anything new or something to change from Didier Deschamps, because he always been like that.
Is he getting a little more criticism than normal because they haven't maybe started, and because Mbappe's only scored the penalty, and because the strikers are not really on fire, Emmanuel? Is he getting a little bit more stick?
Of course, he received a lot of criticism, and the last game against Belgium, if France will have lost that game, a lot of people were talking about that was the best opportunity for Zinedine Zidane to come and take charge of the national team. So it's always the same talk for years, about Didier Deschamps, always based on we should play with more qualities on the pitch, with more fluidity between the players, automatism, things like that. So it's been like this for ages and ages. But at the end, if they won, history will always remember you as a winner, not the people won't remember the way you won the title.
You were on the radio the other day. I was lucky enough to catch it, and you were quite strong on the burdening pressure on Mbappe as captain, as the main man, as the spark in the French national team, and that's not been the case so far, has it?
No. He's struggling, just like Griezmann, but he's not the only one.
It's not just the captaincy, is it? He doesn't really look as if it's him just now, does it? You know what I mean?
But, being a captain, that was a big trouble, in the national team. That was, I think, last year or 2 years ago. I think it's recent, it's 2 years ago. And it was a big mess, back in days because Griezmann wanted to get the armband, he wanted to be the captain of this team. And he was very disappointed about Didier Deschamps' decision. And that put a lot of troubles, between egos, of the players. And but Mbappe, for me, is so far away from his right level. And it's like karma, after his very difficult season, with Paris Saint-Germain, somewhere, he went into this Euro, free in his mind because he signed, it was official with Real Madrid. But to be honest, you expect much more from him as a player, but as well as a captain on the pitch.
Yeah.
He must talk, he must communicate much more, he must be a leader for this team. At the moment, he is not.
Do you know what it's like sometimes if we're sitting in the team room and the manager's speaking to us, if you could say to Didier right now, Didier, I think X should be the captain, who would the captain be from Emmanuel Petit for France?
Griezmann.
100%. I just don't. I don't get. And listen again.
No, I'm going to tell you something. All the talks, surrounding Kylian Mbappe, I think somewhere it's normal, but I'm quite sure that a lot of players in this team, it was the case as well with Paris Saint-Germain dressing room. A lot of players are getting tired about it's always Kylian Mbappe. Everything is around Kylian Mbappe. The national team is coming after Kylian Mbappe all the time. It's always like that. So this is what I've been heard, that some players are getting annoyed about that.
Really? Well, by the way, you play Portugal next. So listen, it's a good result against Belgium, because people were a bit worried that maybe Belgium might turn you over. You get the goal 1-0. Thanks very much. We're in the quarterfinals. Portugal next. Do they scare you at all? I mean, they've got some good players. Having said that, I mean, does Ronaldo even play? I don't know.
Listen, I think Portugal is a very good team. They have qualities from the keeper until the strikers. They have quality as well on the bench. They are probably one of the best team in terms of possession of the ball. Technically as well, I think they are better than us. That's why I see, this game. I respect a lot Portugal. I think the level is higher than against Belgium, and we need to improve if you want to go through. Because I think Portugal knows perfectly that France will sit back, and let the position of the ball to the Portuguese. And maybe that will be a great opportunity for our strikers, just like in Mbappe, to talk his space, with the space that could be behind the defenders. So for me, yes, I'm respecting, the Portuguese, but I'm not scared.
No, well, that's good because I was going to say, do you want Ronaldo to play then? Because does that diminish a little? Is there the same feeling maybe in the Portuguese camp, the way there's the French camp about Mbappe, the way the Portuguese about Ronaldo?
Probably, and I think
well, you and I know, sitting in the team room, we're looking, thinking, he better not play him. He better not play him.
Sometimes, that's the manager decision, but. Cristiano Ronaldo, I've been quite surprised about how emotional he is, during this tournament. I think he speaks out too much, his own emotions on the pitch. And he has to be careful because he's been the leader of this team for ages. He's been one of the best footballers ever in football history. So
absolutely,
to be very careful about that because that can be a problem for the manager. Because if he's going to play against France, I'm pretty sure he will put Cristiano Ronaldo on the pitch. But regarding the emotions he has shown, recently, you have to be very careful.
Yeah. Having said that, he did manage to toughen up again. Takes the first pen, they go 1-up, they win on penalties. I mean, he showed real determination and almost the leadership, Emmanuel, that you need to have to say, look, okay, I missed one. I know the feeling's got a little bit above me. I'm still wanting to take the first pen and put Portugal 1-up in the penalties, didn't he?
We all know Cristiano Ronaldo, We all know his anger, to become a better player every single game. So
yeah,
I'm not worried about that. But remember, Kylian Mbappe, the last European tournament against Switzerland, he took as well the penalty and he missed it.
Mm.
And so it happens, to the greatest player. But me, just if I am a Portuguese player, I will be a little bit worried about our emotions are Cristiano Ronaldo at the moment. I won't like that if it will happen to Kylian Mbappe.
No, exactly. Listen, I can't have you on without actually reflecting on obviously what's happening with England. Let's just say a little lucky. How do we say that in French?
Miracle?
Miracle. Yeah, that's it. A miracle. And an absolute miracle. I mean, by the way, the overhead kick from Jude Bellingham was sensational, but Slovakia must be absolutely, oh my goodness.
Yeah, a miracle, and I'm pretty sure that Southgate took his players, to for the next training session at the church.
Exactly. Thank you.
In a way, we've been lucky as well, the French team, because we scored a very poor shot, deflected on goal. But again, football can be surprised all the time. I've been surprised.
Well, listen, look, but you played in the middle of a midfield football team with France that was just extraordinarily good. So you look at the England midfield. Well, we can go back into France in a minute, but when you look at the England midfield, I mean, do you make it? I mean, do you make changes? You can't. You must play Declan Rice. Do you? Does Emmanuel Petit play Declan Rice?
Well, I don't recognize Declan Rice because of the tactic of this team, and I watched the last game again, and yes, it's a miracle. But the midfield has been a trouble. But for me, the most difficult things, with those teams, England, France, those guys who's playing, in huge clubs in Europe that have been playing around 50 or 60 games per season. Those guys, look exhausted. So this is what worries me the most. So England, when I look at them, are so exhausted players. So you can change whatever you want tactically, the spine, everything. A lot of players look exhausted, mentally and physically. That's worrying me the most, for England.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, there was there something about Stuart Pearce the other day? Somebody was telling me, Stuart, what was your? I can't remember. What was it? What was the story? I mean, what was your side of the story? I think he said you were shouting. He was shouting at you or something.
Because we were commentating the game on the Talk Sport, his friends, and we had a few comments, on live, and obviously when we scored that goal, it was kind of frustration for me. So I was very frustrated about what I was saying on the pitch. We are missing so many times the targets, and we are not even close to score a goal. And I was really, really upset. And when we scored, I jumped off my chair, and then I screamed. And I think Stuart was a little bit scared, but.
Brilliant. Hey, listen, someone at Gambling.com has obviously been drinking a little early because they said to me, ask Emmanuel Petit, would you fear England if you play them in the final? And I thought, how the hell are England getting to the final? I mean, I can see France getting to the final. I can't see England getting to the final. But if they did, I mean, it'd be great. It'd be a great game. But would you fear them? Would you fear England?
Look at the table. Look at the table. If we won against Portugal, and then we have to meet between Germany or Spain.
I know, yeah.
So our way to go to the final and to win the competition is very hard, and that's why it's a pity to have finished second of our group. When I look at the game yesterday, Australia. Remember what I said about Turkey. They're incredible. So yes, I think we should have stayed. The best part of the table.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, quick fire questions. Who will win? Switzerland, England? Just say Switzerland. Just say Switzerland. It's okay. Just say Switzerland.
I'm going to say Switzerland because collectively they look much more stronger.
Yeah, certainly. England will have to be better, wouldn't they? Okay, a really massive game. Germany, Spain.
Germany.
Netherlands, and your dark horses, Turkey.
Turkey, they are going to play with a lot of players. A lot of players are under, probably a second yellow card. Some of them received a second yellow card yesterday.
Yeah, it's a toughie, isn't it?
I will bet for a draw.
Yeah, and then maybe extra time pens. Yeah, I thought to be fair, I thought Holland actually looked a little bit more free flowing. They looked as though they had got everything and just in all the pegs in the right holes. Emmanuel yesterday when they were who did they beat? Romania, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it wasn't a group stage game. It was straight elimination after the game. So the big countries, they are here, except Italy, So change a lot of things in players' mind as well in management mind. So I'm not surprised about that.
Exactly. Portugal, France, well, our friends at Gambling.com, of course, Winsane.com and Betovo.com. Remember, if you want to catch any of those odds or any of the specials, we will have them on screen for you. Portugal 12-5, so just a little over twos. France 75, so the favourites 11-5 the draw. I'm presuming you think that the Blue will beat Portugal. I can't wait for the game. It's going to be fantastic.
I hope so. I hope it's not going to be a close game, something, passionate with intensity, but I'm not sure about that. I think that will be based on tactic and position of the ball.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, England are still favourites. Can you believe it? Honestly, I cannot believe this. England favourites 15-4, France 23-5. So you're just getting short of 9-2 there. Germany 11-2, Portugal 8-1, Spain 8, and Turkey. Well, listen, they might just be in it for sure. Top goal scorer Mbappe still is on the list, but 11-1 Mbappe now. Kane 5-1. Musiala has had a really good tournament, and Gakpo 9-1. Player of the tournament?
Right now, for the moment?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I mean, I'll give you this. So Musiala's favourite 6s, Kroos 7s, Bellingham 9s, Mbappe 10, and Kante 14-1. But if you get to the semis and then get to the final,
I will probably say as well Gakpo from the Dutch team. I think he's having a great tournament so far. So it's hard for the moment, to name the best player of the tournament. We have to wait, quarterfinals, semi-final, and final.
Well, right, listen, because I'm going to have a bet. I'm going to put 10 English pounds or 10 French euros on the score line for France against Portugal from Emmanuel Petit. Well, I don't know. Turan? It's a tough one. Just give me the score line. Give me a score line from Petit.
Well, I see a draw in this game. I see extra times because they know each other so well, both teams. So that will be, as I said, it will be very tactic. So I think, extra times, So draw for me. I will bet probably for 1-1 or 0-0.
Yeah, you might be. I think you might be right. You've already said, actually, when we were speaking there, you talked about Portugal have players who are good on the ball and tactically and technically very good, aren't they? So it could be a little bit of a chess match between both, couldn't it?
Yeah, I think Portugal, they will get the time, they will be patient, they won't rush because they know that our quality is meant on speed. So they will get the position of the ball high on the pitch as well. So they know perfectly that they will leave space behind the defenders, and this is something that we like. So they won't be rushing. They will be patient in that game. I'm pretty sure about that.
Exactly, buddy. Okay, listen, delighted you joined me today, pal. Stay tuned to Gambling.com for the panel all summer, and of course, all your betting needs with their partners in Betovo.com and Winsane.com with all the odds. Check them out on the screen. Details are on for you. And wherever you are, and wherever your little money is going, all the very best. Manuel, merci beaucoup.
Merci, de rien. You're welcome.